Hello, and welcome to Chapter 4 of English 114. We're going to talk about writing routine business correspondence, memos, faxes, emails, IMs, and blogs. What memos, faxes, emails, IMs, and blog posts have in common? They all provide information quickly, they are relatively informal, they represent your company, and they are very different from letters, which we will learn. Now, within providing information quickly, we want to remember this because when we write a memo, when we write an email, when we send business related IMs and blog posts, we want to send the information to the reader, give everything the reader needs to do his or her job as quickly and as concisely as possible. We want to be clear, we want to be direct, and we want to be quick in our delivery of this information, especially using these mediums. Memos. Memorandum or memo is the Latin term for something to be remembered. Memos are brief in-house correspondences sent up and down the corporate ladder. Memos serve a variety of functions, making an announcement, providing instructions, clarifying a policy or procedure, issue, changing a policy or procedure, alerting employees to a problem or an issue, offering general information, providing a brief summary, making a request, offering suggestions or recommendations, providing a record of an important matter, confirming an outcome, or calling a meeting. Now, in order to construct a memo, we're going to show you how to do this right now in Microsoft Word. Oops, there we go. So, you're in Microsoft Word. What you're going to want to do is click on the Office button, go to New, and it's going to give you some templates on the left-hand side. Scroll down until you see Memos. Click on Memos, and they have plenty of designs for you to choose from. This is probably the easiest way to get the memo format down, but if you wanted to do it without using a template, you could simply put it's less fancy, but it still gets the job done. You have that it is a memo. You have your necessary information, who the memo is to, who the memo is from, the date, and the subject. Now, you want memos to be at the most half a page long. You don't want a memo to be longer than that unless it's extremely important. But you want to remember that memos are meant for informal, quick communication, so you don't want to spend a lot of time during your memos. Okay, memo protocol. In addition to following company protocol regarding memos, use common sense and follow these guidelines. Be timely, be professional, be tactful, and send memos to the appropriate personnel. What that means is check your company's protocols when it comes to sending important information up or down the chain. You don't want to send a memo to human resources that should have gone to a supervisor. You don't want to send a memo to a coworker that should have gone to upper management. So you definitely want to be professional. Remember, in all communication, especially business communication, you are representing your company. You are representing yourself and you're representing your company. Memo audience style and tone. Before you write your memo, think about the audience's needs. Answer the questions when, who, where, and why, and also take into consideration costs and technology questions that may arise. These are all the questions that you need to answer within your memo. When? When did it happen? Is it on, ahead, or behind schedule? All the when questions. Who? Who was involved? Who was affected by it? Where? Where did it take place? Why does it need to take place at this location? Why? Why is it an important topic? Costs. How much will it cost? Is the cost worth it? Technology. What technology is involved? Is the technology suitable, available, current, and adaptable? The why is very important because when you send someone a memo, They're going to say, well, why is this important for me? Why do I need to receive this information? You tell them without explicitly saying, I'm sending this to you because. You don't want to say that, but you do want to use language that lets them know that this is a memo that is meant for them and that is important to them. Memo format. Memos vary in format, as we just saw. They can be generic or pre-printed with the company name and logo, and they can be circulated in hard copy or via email. Because memos are sent to individuals within a company, they do not need to include the formalities included in business letters, such as inside address, salutation, complimentary close, or signature line. Memos consists of two parts: the identifying information at the top, what we saw, the to, from, date, and subject, and the message itself. Now, this is very important for memos. Here's what you don't want to do on a memo. Besides, misspell everything. You do not need any of this information. You don't need this, and you don't need this in a memo. This isn't a letter. So you don't have to start off with a salutation and end with a complimentary close. You don't need to do that. If I see this in your memos, then I will take off for it. So you do not want to do that. All you need to put is the message. And if you feel weird about that and you want to put something at the end, you can say, thank you. Perfect. Strategies for organizing a memo. Organize your memo so that readers can find information quickly and act on it promptly. For longer, more complex memo communications, divide your memo into three parts. The introduction. Tell readers clearly about the issue or policy. Explain any background information the reader needs to know, and be specific about what you are going to accomplish in your memo. Discussion. State why a problem or procedure is important and who will be affected by it. Indicate why changes are necessary and give precise dates, times, locations, and costs. Precise. Conclusion. Ask readers to call you if they have any questions. Request a reply and provide a list of recommendations. Whenever you conclude a memo, you always want to put a call to action. Let's schedule a meeting by this date. Let's get in touch by this date. Please contact me with any more details concerning this matter. You want to give an action for that person to do so that the reader is not stuck at the end of the memo saying, well, what am I supposed to do now? What do they want me to do now? Remember, you don't want to leave anything open to interpretation for the reader. You want to answer any questions the reader may have. You want to anticipate any questions the reader may have. Faxes. Faxes are original documents sent over telephone or computer lines. Send a fax when you only have hard copy to send, or when you want to send an original signed letter, contract, blueprint, artwork, or other document that is either not conducive to an email transmission or is official or legal in nature. Always send a fax cover sheet, which includes the name of the sender and his or her fax and phone numbers, the name of the recipient and his or her fax or phone number, an indication of the total number of pages being faxed, including the cover sheet, an indication of what is being sent. Now, just like we have templates in Microsoft Word for memos, we have templates in Microsoft Word for faxes as well. Go to that Office button, click on New, scroll down to faxes, and once again you have your fancy list of faxes from super professional to creative. Procedural guidelines for sending faxes. When sending a fax, follow these guidelines for clear and complete document transmittal. Be aware of confidentiality. You always want to make sure that you send a cover sheet with faxes because faxes often include personal information that you don't want everyone at an office to see. For example, our fax machine in the English department is located at the bottom floor of the S building. So you students would not want to fax me anything that you wouldn't want anyone else to see because there's no guarantee that I would be the only person seeing this fax. Avoid writing comments on the top, bottom, or edges of the fax document. Make sure the original documents you send are clear and avoid sending overly long faxes. Emails are the most common types of workplace correspondence because they send and receive information efficiently, enhance all phases of collaboration, enable users to send a variety of text, graphic files, eliminate phone tag, and allows you to communicate anytime, 24/7. Emails are also the most informal, relaxed type of communication. However, remember that business emails are not personal emails. Keep your audience in mind. Project a professional image. Review your emails before sending. Observe proper grammar and mechanics. And remember that emails are legal records. Guidelines for using emails. Follow the guidelines below, and they will help you to write effective business emails. Always be ethical. Never attack individuals. Don't forward emails without approval. Don't edit forwarded emails, and don't forward confidential emails. Observe the rules. Oh, make your emails easy to read. Make your subject clear. Limit email length. Don't use all caps or all lowercase letters. Break your message into paragraphs. Use plain text and avoid long strings of email history. There's a great example in your textbook on page 138. It's figure 4.6. This is an example of a poorly written email. It's not professional. It's in all caps. It uses jargon that a lot of people may not recognize. It's just a poorly constructed email. So you want to avoid sending emails like those on page 138.46 in your text. Observe the rules of etiquette. Respond to emails quickly. Allow your readers time to respond. Don't send incessant reminders. Avoid unfamiliar abbreviations, jargons, emoticons. Don't use red flag words unnecessarily, and include a signature block. Now, a signature block, and don't worry, I'll separate this chapter into two parts as well. A signature block includes all the information you want your reader to know about you. So my signature block, as many of you have seen, looks like this. So this is all the information that email recipients may need to know about me. And that is my signature block. This is what you would want to develop in the workplace. Adopt a professional style. Use a salutation and complimentary close. Keep messages concise. Avoid short, curt emails. Respect the culture, traditions of international readers, and end politely. You always want to end all types of business communication on a very positive note. Ensure your emails are safe and secure. Avoid contracting and spreading email viruses. Avoid theft identity. Don't reply to spam emails. Use email passwords that are hard to guess. Back up your emails and use encryption when necessary. Remember, emails are legal documents, so you want to keep them as a paper trail that you may need in the future. Now, one thing I want to mention about emails as well. I get emails from students sometimes that say this. And that's it. It doesn't say who they are. It doesn't start with a greeting or a complimentary close. It doesn't preclude the message. All it says is this. Usually I do not accept these type of emails. This is how you should send emails professionally. Now I'm not too crazy about titles. You can say Dear Mrs. Professor Instructor, or you can say Dear Anitra. Include your message clearly, concisely. Oh, I have to continue this in the next video.